Hello, everybody. Welcome to this webinar. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Abigail. I am the ICC Community Coordinator. Thank you for being with us today and so much on time, everybody. We have a huge audience today from many different countries in the world. Before we start, I would like to ask you to raise your hands to let me know that you can hear me properly. There is a little icon with the shape of the hand that will let me know that you can hear me properly. Unlike a few minutes ago, I was talking to myself. Great, great. I'm very happy to see all those raised hands, letting us know that you can hear me and see the first slide with of the presentation by Alex. I want to thank you very specially today and welcome you to this webinar called Your 7 Steps Smooth Transition Strategy to a Sustainable Coaching Business. I also want to thank Alex for joining this space at the ICC Academy, and a very special thanks as well for Headway Coaching Group, for the assistance in this initiative. We are very much excited at the ICC Academy about this new episode. We are opening, in collaboration with the Headway Coaching Group, a new series of webinars and distance learning courses aimed to help and support all our coaching community worldwide in establishing a sustainable business practice for coaching. And we are very excited about this because it involves supporting and helping coaches improve themselves and work in very different levels, such as a personal level, and also creating a structure and a working model that allows them to develop a business practice that is sustainable and in excellence with highest level. So we're very much excited. We also have another webinar scheduled that is for the 22nd of July. I encourage you to go to our Facebook page, that is International Coaching Community. You'll find us there, and you will find all the information to register for the upcoming webinar. Right, I think I've spoken enough today already, and again, my name is Abigail. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I will be supporting this webinar, so if you have any questions or comments during the webinar, you can type a message on the questions box, and I will be back with you as soon as possible. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Alex. Hello, Alex. Welcome, and thank you very much for being with us today in this very special webinar.
Thank you very much, Abigail. It's really a pleasure to be here, and I'm really grateful for ICC support and for opportunity to present today for quite a huge audience. So I'm also very excited to start. So I would like to thank, first of all, Joseph O'Connor as a co-founder of ICC for opportunity to present here. I also would like to thank Alejandro for support and Abigail right now for supporting me in this particular event. We will be discussing today quite amazing topics. So let's go first through certain agenda. So what we will be doing today. First of all, for you to know that we're going to be running 60 minutes, and I will try to be precise because we are going through quite a lot of material. So sometimes maybe I will be not rushing, but going quite fast because I would like to move forward in terms of information. If something is not clear, if you have any questions, I am planning to do Q&A, like a proper questions and answers part in the second webinar, which is going to be 22nd of July. Today, I'm not sure. If we have some time, definitely it would be a pleasure to answer your questions. Number one thing, guys, in terms of distractions, so we are living in a very specific world, and I can imagine that there are hundreds of things right now going on in your life, but you made already quite a remarkable step. I really admire you, and I'm not really saying it just to build a rapport. What I mean is that you are my heroes, because one thing is to register for some kind of event. Another thing is really to make an effort and get there. And right now you've made that step already. So I think it would be a natural thing to get as much benefit from the event as possible. And the best way to do it is just to eliminate all distractions and really be with me for an hour. I can promise you there will be lots of interesting things for us to discuss. And that webinar could influence lots of things in your future if you are aiming to start your business. So please mute your devices, close your programs, somehow at least for an hour, be here with me. I would really appreciate it. In terms of rules, when we are talking about learning, when we are talking about acquiring some new information, I will try my best to engage you. And as you know that in any learning, engagement is a number one thing. Sometimes as a trainer, as a coach, facilitator, I know that when we are trying to move forward with a lot of information, somehow we could easily lose that engagement part. So I will try my best to engage you, even though I will be speaking a lot today. Normally, during my ordinary work in a business school, I am engaged entirely with my students, and we are communicating all the time. So all training is live, and we are permanently communicating. But right now it's a presentation mode. The only way for me to engage you is I will be asking you questions. And I would really appreciate if you immediately type something and react on my questions if I'm asking you to answer. And the reason is it's not for me. Because as a professional in adult learning, I know that when your brain is processing information, the best way to learn is somehow respond, somehow make you think. As I know that you are answering me and immediately engaged, I know that you are online, you are not going to some other room and have some tea, on talking with the friends, and so you are here. And the best way for you to learn right now is to be here and answer my questions time to time, because I will be trying to engage you despite of the presentation mode. All right, so that's a very simple rule of behavior. It's for your sake, I would say, for your learning. Yeah? So we are going to go very quickly through the intro. I mean, I will present some information for you, who I am and what I do. Because majority of people today, they are not from Headway Coaching Group, and probably practically none of you know a lot about me or even anything about me. So literally a few minutes. Then we go through the major part, 7 steps strategy. Yeah? So we will cover it, and then we go through third part. We will be talking about challenges. It's really important to know what kind of obstacles you have on your way, because as soon as you identify certain obstacles, it's much easier to handle it. You could develop certain strategy what to do. But as soon as you couldn't even name it, as soon as you are not aware what stops you, it's really tricky, almost impossible to develop any strategy. So 3 challenges which stops you from moving forward in your coaching business success, we will discuss that. EMK, I'm going to explain later what it is. Right now I don't even want to spend time. And last thing, if you stay with me to the end of the presentation, there will be 3 very interesting gifts which I want to present. It's really, especially the third one. First one and second one, I mean, the value, I don't know, it's about 100, maybe 100 British pounds. But the third one, it's something much, much more interesting. And I would really encourage you to stay to the end, because in the end of the presentation, I will introduce you to those gifts. Okay, let's start. First of all, you're probably familiar with that term, what's in it for me? So very quickly, in terms of statistics, you see that before I am even answering that question, what's here for you, somehow I have a line, statistics. And by statistics, I mean that I would like to say my thank you to people who really, after application for that particular webinar, you were redirected to the second page with the several questions. And thank you very much for that information. Right now, I would like you to answer me very simple question. Why I was collecting statistics? And why right now I am somehow, before to answer what is it here for you, I wrote that line, statistics. Any ideas, guys? If any ideas, could you please type? Literally a few seconds. I would like just to see what anyone is typing. Why statistics are important? I am talking right now to my clientele, yeah? I am talking right now to my audience, and I was collecting statistics. What for? Any ideas, guys? Okay, perfect. So, guys, very nice answers. I mean, when you will be communicating with your clientele, yeah, everyone right now here, I assume, would like to build your business. And it is really important to know whom you are talking with. Because, for example, if you are a trainer, I would go for a little bit different way of presenting material, a little bit different way of crafting my phrases and crafting the whole structure. I know that 90% here of my audience are coaches. So collecting statistics are totally essential. In the future, when you'll be running your business, it is an essential part of your proper communication with clientele. Because slight deviation in the area of age, in the area of profession, in the area of position, it's going to change the whole way you are communicating information to your clients. So that's why right now, before even to go to that seminar, I was collecting a little bit of information to know what kind of audience I can expect. So as a result, I was able to adjust information in total accordance to the clientele. And I would encourage you right now to get that particular methodology on board. So have it in mind in the future when you will be doing your marketing, when you will be doing your webinars and so on. So what we'll be going today in terms of 7 steps, it's a mapping. So yeah, right now you see probably on your screen, the idea is that if I ask you, can I really in 1 hour teach you how to create coaching business? Can I? I mean, I assume you're probably aware that it's really not possible. You know, it's very limited time. We are very limited information I could even, pass to you. But what we can do, we can map. And map of territory is essential. So you please consider this particular event, this particular training event is the mapping event. I will try to go through each particular step in such a way that you will have a clear understanding. But you need to understand also that each particular step have a depth. So right now we are pointing fingers, yeah? This is United States, this is, Brazil, and that's somewhere China and Russia, yeah? So we are pointing, we are discussing a little bit, and having that big view essential. Without that, you cannot move forward. But there are always deeper levels. So mapping, that's definitely will be very beneficial for you. In terms of model, if you notice that I am running certain particular way of presenting material, there are 5 styles how you could do presentations. And my particular way of presenting is I'm not up to too many words. You will see on your screen mainly 1-2 words maximum. But you're gonna see lots of pictures. Because I do believe that our brain processes information a lot through the video channel, and brain creates associations. So as a professional in adult learning, I know that I will do my best for you to remember material, and the best way for me to do it is to have a keyword and to have a picture for you to associate with. So what you can expect here during this presentation is quite a lot or quite amount of pictures and certain particular connection to part of the information. And I would like you to, I would say, process information in a very specific way, because when people are discussing which way better to present material in order for people to learn faster, I mean, there are lots of discussions. Some people are changing the fonts and they are coming from different sides and they engage in some kind of movements. It's a one thing. But over the years, I come up with my own system, and it's related to pictures, which I am trying to do not too colorful, not too many details, because if you start paying attention to many details, you will not be able to listen to me already anymore. So the best way, guys, to get information on board is when you see the picture, please have an immediate association, one association to the information which I am right now doing through the audio channel. So picture, association, picture association. And that, in this case, you're going to model all that information which I'm passing right now to you in a very fast way. Try not to go to the details of pictures because it's not important. But immediate association is much more important. Okay, so we are going to discover and analyze lots of details which are related to your current situation, where your business is. Because when I will be presenting your material in the 7-step strategy, as a comparison, you will immediately have some kind of level of analysis. Do I have that? No, I don't have that. Am I developed here? No, I'm missing here. So as a result, discovery and analysis is going to be present during this presentation. And guys, I really personally believe that presentations and giving information really, it could be valuable. But if I compare how valuable it could be if you really act on it, I would say from 10% you could go to 90. If you are ready to act. And I'm gonna do my best today to give you some plan and some opportunity to act on this information. So it's going to be not a very usual webinar, because apart from that presenting material part, in the end, I will introduce you to opportunity to act on it. And that's going to be something. So if you be up to the end of this webinar, believe me, you have an opportunity to be in business already, no matter where you are. I know it's a little bit bold promise, but you will see. 60 minutes from now, you will be in business. I promise you that. And I'm going to prove it if you stay with me to the end. So, my mission, I would say, in the last 8 years is to make a shortcut for people who are struggling, who are overwhelmed with lots of choices and have no clarity what to do, who has a passion to help others, who are dreaming to have their own coaching business and somehow get lost. And you see that it's so easy to get lost. So let's go for the very quick intro, and I'm really going to be very fast. Just for you to see how I look like, in case if you haven't seen any videos or YouTube or whatever, it's really nice to put some face, on a faceless kind of voice. And very briefly, I came from science. So half of my life I was in the science. And what I mean by science is I'm Russian by nationality, and I studied nuclear physics. So I did PhD in theoretical nuclear physics, and 9 years I was in that particular direction. And by the way, what you see right now, it's a Moscow State University. That's precisely where I was. And by the way, that particular area, this is the Department of Physics. Yeah. So as a result, that's where I grew up, and that's where everything started. So theory and theoretical modeling, that's one of my strong parts. And in the future, you will learn that in your business model, you're supposed to use your strong parts, something where you spent lots of years. And there are certain reasons for that. There are certain strategies. So the science was the first thing which influenced me a lot. And second one is entrepreneurship, because when Soviet Union collapsed, I started my first business. And very quickly I moved to Sweden, and I became co-owner of some Swedish factories, and we were manufacturing some crystal chandeliers, or crystal lamps. So that when I think about that time, the association related to that time comes to Swarovski, because that company was one of our main supplier, of crystals for our chandeliers. The next part, after 6 years, I moved to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I opened another company. And I was marketing some devices for oil and gas companies, and mainly for Petrobras. So I was cruising all over Brazil and making tests on the Petrobras stations. Petróleo Brasileiro, it's a huge, big company in Brazil. So that picture I have as an association of my time, 7 years in Brazil. And after that I moved in Switzerland, and 15 years I was buying and selling stocks online. I opened another company, financial one. And I was a stock trader, and actually portfolio manager, to be precise. So Nasdaq, it's a stock market, and New York Stock Exchange and other places there. That's my association with those 15 years in Switzerland. Next one, which is the third part, which influenced me a lot, is the sport. So from 6 years old, I was really very much in sports and gymnastics, football, and last 36 years I did martial arts, wushu, if you are familiar with that. It's Chinese martial arts, and aikido. By the way, this is not my picture, but this is my picture. I could do pretty similar things, but it's no wonder, because 36 years I was training in martial arts. It influenced my mindset a lot. So in 2007, after graduation from NLP and coaching courses, I started Headway Coaching Group, because I decided to provide my services for coaches, and the strongest point, the strongest background which I could base my business on was entrepreneurship. So I opened Headway Business School for Coaches, HCBS. And since then, 8 years, I'm helping coaches to start their businesses and set up all the foundations. So this is briefly in terms of me and what kind of organizations I am associated with. International Coach Federation, so I am in the PCC level, but I am soon will be going through MCC exams, so I reaching that last level of credentializing. And I also master trainer of ATD. ATD, it's a very big association. Association of Hotel and Development in the United States, 90,000 trainers and learning and professional development professionals there. So I am a master trainer of ATD. Okay, so I introduced myself, and in terms of links and emails, I really would like to point out that if you would like to have a proper communication, let me just send several links, and later I will explain what those links are. I'm just going to post it in our classroom, and I will explain later what are those links. Let's go for material. 7 steps strategy. So we will be talking about something which is really, really essential. Over the years, I see coaches are trying to start their business, and that's how I perceive those guys. I mean, they have passion, they have enthusiasm, they have energy, but there are some things are missing. They're not quite sure how to do steps and even which direction to go. So I will try to associate each step on that particular strategy with certain picture. And right now you see those pictures. There will be 7 associations. So first of all, let's make a step number 1, and I will be telling you a little bit of pieces of my story in order to make that information more digestible and more human, not like a dry, some kind of scientific stuff. You just need to be aware that we are talking about surface type of steps. If you imagine yourself somewhere on a helicopter above some northern sea, and you look down and you see lots of pieces of ice. So what I do right now, I am picking up 7 biggest pieces of ice, and we'll be discussing those 7 pieces of ice. Does it mean that there are no other pieces of ice? No, it doesn't. There are maybe hundreds of them, but I picked up 7, biggest one. So what else we could say? Well, even though you see this is a piece of ice, but below it's so much more there. So just for you to understand that's what we'll be touching 7 biggest pieces of ice, which is above the sea. Yeah, I think later it's going to make sense to you what I'm talking about. Step number 1, guys, let's play our game. Right now I presented you a picture. What kind of associations do you have right now when you see that picture? Because in order for you to digest information better, right now I would like already to engage your mind and already ask a question which maybe you don't have an answer for, but your mind will be engaged. What kind of association do you have? Could you type, please? Yeah, all right, beautiful, guys. Yeah, thank you very much, Abigail. Thank you for your help. Guys, what I meant when I was introducing you to that picture is that if you decided to cross that particular area, you need to be aware of resources. And why am I comparing creating your business with that particular desert? Well, there are several reasons. First of all, to create your business, I would say the business is a social phenomenon. So business possible just in society, yeah? I mean, there are people around and you are providing services or you are delivering some products and you have certain exchange from people. So we are working inside of society, yeah? And on a society level, I would say the main how you operate there and how you can run your business is exchange of something. So you're providing services. What kind of things you expect from people to get you back? So I would say on a society level, it's supposed to be financial streams. I mean, it's very simple. As soon as you are cut off of any financial streams, after a while, I can promise you, your business is dead. I mean, this is a really very simple fact. So you need to be, when you are getting into the business area, you need to be aware. It's like a blood, for your body. It's like air. So finances are extremely important. So when right now you considering to start your business, so the question is, you need to be aware that you are about to cross the desert. Why? Because you will not get financial streams immediately. 100%. You will not. Even if you are lucky, if you have clients today, a little bit tomorrow, to create a sustainable business takes time. And by resources, what you see right now on your screen, I have several levels of resources. So financial resources, extremely important. And that's why I never advise people to leap to self-employment and quit jobs hoping that very soon, I mean, when people are starting their business, they are very optimistic. It's very nice. I mean, it's a good start and a good point to be optimistic, but it's not immediately you're going to get feedback. It's going to take time to develop products. It's going to take time to define other elements of your business. So you need to be prepared. Right now, that person in the middle of the desert, he needs lots of water, lots of it. And if he doesn't have it, it's over. That's what I would like you to be aware when you are about to start your business. That's why I think that if you are employed right now and you are thinking about starting business, I would not advise you to quit. Yeah, there are certain strategies how you could, get more time, how you could build your business on the side, but there are ways. Thanks for today's technology, thanks for today's development, there are amazing, powerful strategies how you can do it without quitting your job. So we are going to talk about that later. But resources are extremely important. In terms of finances, it's one thing. But another resource which is extremely important when you start your business is time. Time. Do you have time? If you are not allocated specific time every day or at least every week on a regular basis, which devoted to you developing your business, then you're not going to cross that desert. So resources of time and finances are really important. And then we will be talking about next step of that strategy. You will see that some of the steps are very much interrelated. So let's jump to the next step. And right now you see beautiful tree, and I'm not going to play that game anymore because we need to go forward. So I would say that it's still, I call it your whys. And I explain you very quickly what do I mean by whys. Well, another powerful resource which you have to have is your motivation, is your energy. Usually people are extremely optimistic. When they start their business, they're passionate. And then 1 year later, something, is not still working out. And lots of plans somehow already postponed. And you don't see results. And then second year come. And then third one, still no results. So you are drying out of resource. And by resource, I mean your motivation. The only way how you can keep yourself moving forward The only way how you can get access to the enormous pool of energy, is to clarify your big whys. Why you are in that business, why you are trying to construct it. And of course you could tell right now, yeah, I know why, I want to help people. Well, it's not, whatever comes to your mind immediately, it's great, but you really need to think it through. Like, dig really deep to the roots of your why. So when you are helping people, what does it give you? Where is your root? Because if you reach that root, it will be driving you, it will be motivating you for 10 years ahead. And there will be obstacles, you will be discouraged, but if roots are there, if you have access to the enormous pool of energy through your motivation, through your big whys, you will survive. It will move you through any kind of desert. Does it make sense, guys? Could you please type yes if it does? Because I would like you to be with me. And even though I'm telling almost obvious things, but believe me, it takes sometimes months. When I'm working with my students in the business school, it takes quite a lot of time to clarify everyone's whys. In the beginning, everyone says, yeah, I know. But when I start exploring it really deep, very often I discover they don't. And clarification, your big whys, believe me, will help a lot. Please do not go to any business unless you are clear with the step 2, why you are there. And lots of people are going to business, to get some financial rewards or have some lifestyle and so on. Believe me, it's not a big whys. And lots of businesses are failing because people are motivated with that particular why for first 2-3 years, and as soon as they are successful and made, I would say, their first $1 million, they lost that why. And majority of businesses, after they create some income and they already have a certain amount of money, they go bankrupt. They're losing motivation. They're not going further because they're not connected to the big whys. So right now you see on your screen the picture associated to the 3rd step. So what do you think it is? Could you please type? Whatever words come to your mind, please, because I'm asking those questions for you. It's for you to remember what kind of step right now I will be talking about. All right, perfect, guys. Thank you very much. So thank you for your answers. Now I know that if I will be presenting you some information, your brain will catch it because you tried to create association. So we'll be talking about, you probably remember with that term, in Latin. It's when you translate it in English, I would say it's know the self or know yourself. So why do you need to know yourself? What I mean by that is before you start to create your business, you need to understand what kind of essential foundation you will be based your business on in terms of what do you have to offer. It seems maybe a little bit, not stupid, but a little bit strange. I graduated from coaching course. Of course, I will be offering coaching services. Well, guys, believe me, it's not how you can build your business. And the reason is that if everyone who graduated from coaching course is trying to sell coaching services, you are all the same. How difficult it is to model your business if you are trying to sell your coaching services. I mean, everyone who graduated from coaching course will be providing and offering the same, right? So in order to be in business, you're supposed to be completely unique. You're supposed to build something which is almost impossible to replicate. And believe me, over the years, I know that every single person who comes in a business school, for example, they are so unique. But it's going to take some time to dig deep and see what kind of experiences did you have in your life. You spend 10 years in marketing. Perfect. Yeah, that thing is going to be difficult to replicate. You have a scientific background. Well, you're probably very good in modeling. So probably you're going to be crafting some really nice, curriculums and models and so on. Is it difficult to replicate? It is. So when you will be thinking about your business model, of course you're a coach. Of course you will be providing coaching services. But you need to redesign your offer in such a way that it's going to be based on your 30 years of experiences. Because that's how people will immediately feel like, wow, he is a pro. Yeah, he is so good at it. And behind those 30 years, you have a lot of experiences. Everyone has. But it's not easy sometimes to come up with a business model which somehow based on it. Sometimes it takes years to define your precise business model. So when I'm saying you step 3, know yourself, you see that inside there are lots of work need to be done. Yeah. And so we are going to move forward, but at least right now I touched that particular surface piece of ice. Yeah. So we need really to explore who you are, where your excellence, where your experience, where you are so good at that no one can really compete with you. And when we define that, then we need to come up with the next step and create a business model which incorporate that. And then when you come up on the market with that, well, you are the one. It's so difficult to replicate what you are offering. All right, so guys, I'm sorry, but to know yourself, when I was picking up a picture, I was thinking, what kind of picture is supposed to find? And I found the previous one, the safe one, yeah, with the bread. But I decided that, yeah, that girl, she knows herself. She knows exactly what her strong points are. She knows it. And it's immediately transmitted to everyone. So, yeah, it's a little bit kind of specific type of picture, but I decided to use it anyway. So, step number 4. Guys, you see what right now on your screen, yeah? Somehow the person is nourishing, yeah? Giving something which plant needs. And yeah, I don't really appreciate very much those money which is growing. It's not a point. But if we will be brutally honest in terms of society, in terms of business to be thriving and being able to compete with other businesses, yeah, that's true. You're supposed to generate income. And step number 4, guys, is to know them. Really know them very well. Not just to name. Yeah, I am providing services, for example, for coaches. Is it enough? No, it's so not enough. It took me the first 2 years I was conducting businesses without charging anything. And I was already helping people to start their businesses. I was running webinars on a regular basis. But yeah, I couldn't define precisely. The most painful points which I will be offering my solution for. Yeah? It takes time, even though you think you know your clientele. So to know them on such a depth that you will be able to craft your offer precisely. So that's why when people are after certification courses and they try to sell coaching, I always say to them, guys, you will not be able to. It's just not how market works. People are buying something which corresponds as a solution to their very painful problem. They are not looking for coaching to buy. Never, ever. They don't even care. Is it going to be coaching or voodoo? As soon as it's going to solve their problem. So it's when you are trying to sell coaching, you are doomed. Seriously, from the beginning. Because no one there to buy it. It's simple. But there are people there who has a toothache. And they are looking for how to relieve pain. And when you scream, I have a pill, I have a pill against pain, the toothache is gonna just go away immediately. They will buy it. You see? So the perspective of what do they need, what are the needs, essential. And it's gonna take time to explore and find your niche, yeah? To define who they are and what their points, painful needs are. And then you need to choose one particular, precise, and create amazing, unbeatable offer as a solution. Then you are ready. Then the market is ready to buy. Guys, could you please type, does it make sense what I'm saying so far? Even though all those steps, as I told you, probably very simple, and you could say, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. But when you have 7 steps and somehow you haven't get into the depth of any of those, no wonder your business somehow is not moving forward. Yeah, Abigail, I still don't see anything, so I will be going in a blind mode anyway. I hope people are typing yes. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go for the step 5. Guys, I think it's association. If you make it, I'm sure you make it immediately because visual channel works very quick. So you have association already. And the step number 5 is, where is your entry point? I already mentioned before that when you defined your precise painful point, when you crafted your solution precisely, and that's going to be your entry point into the market. You cannot enter into the 5 doors immediately. And that's why when I see people on their websites and they tell that I am providing services, if you want to be happy, if you want to improve your relationship, if you would like to have a good health, if you would like to establish or move your communication with your children in a new level, I can help. Well, guys, that's not gonna work. I mean, you cannot enter into the 5 doors immediately. And it's very simple. When I see those kind of websites, when people are trying to do many things because they were told in the coaching certification courses that coaching can help anyone. Coaching is unique methodology. And I agree with that. I totally agree. I'm not criticizing. I was in that coaching school as well. But this is not how market operates. As I told you, people are running with a toothache and they trust doctor, qualified doctor who help against or help to deal with the toothache and can remove tooth. And if they see website, I am a carpenter and I can help you to grow garden, and by the way, I'm removing thick teeth, that's you just no way. I mean, it's not credible. You are not an expert. You cannot be good at anything, when you are aiming for too much. Yeah, that's why I mean entry point, guys. Don't be afraid to narrow to amazing precision. If I would give you example, there is a watermelon. The only way enter is to have a knife. Yeah? Very narrow, sharp. And when you are already in the market, yeah, you could add additional services. You could grow your business. You could add lots of things. You already have a clientele. You could offer them additional services. You could add some. But please, guys, first enter in the market. And the only way to do it, to be precise and narrow. Step number 4. Okay. Why they should buy from you? Yeah. You defined your niche, you know everything, and as you can see, why you need to prove why you are so unique. You need to prove that your solution is the best. How? As I told you, some of the steps are interrelated. And could you please tell me, what do you think, how they will be able to trust you and why they will be buying from you? And I'm sorry, I don't see your answers still, but I hope that you right now at least trying to answer why, and which particular step, which we already discussed, somehow very much related to that. Yeah, good point, guys, very nice. So you consider that you already have clients, you already kind of moved forward, and you already have a clientele, and as a result they could spread the word, they could be a proof. That's totally correct. But another strong thing is when you are building your business model, as I told you, there is a step: know yourself. Offer something which you are so strong, so unique, where you have lots of experiences. If you spend 30 years in the banking system, please do create models somehow related to that particular area where you are so good, you know everything, you have expertise, you know how people talk, you know how people behave. As soon as potential client already in the coaching direction see you, they trust you, because you have a huge powerful background related to what you offer. So it will allow you to penetrate that particular first resistance. And of course later, when you have a broad clientele, hundreds of testimonials, of course it's going to be even more easier. But I'm talking about right now entering into the market, the most difficult part of starting business. If you're already in, testimonials could serve a lot. So to know their whys, you need to prove that you are unique, and in order to do that you need to have a really powerful business model which based on your strong suits. And step number 7, guys, it's very simple. All those things which we discussed, they're supposed to work together as one unit. Very simple unit, because you see that each particular part doesn't make sense without others. If you are trying to define your niche and you don't know yourself, if you know yourself and define your niche, but you don't have resources, you don't have finances, or you don't have time for that, so all those pieces supposed to be together, supposed to be defined, and supposed to work as one powerful unit. So right now we move through the 7 steps, and I try to do it faster, and I think that we are getting closer to the end of the seminar, so I will move forward faster. When we are talking about business, it's extremely powerful machine. It's really mechanical stuff, literally. One particular element is not in place and the whole thing is failing. No, it's really literally, because, for example, let's imagine I spent 2 months to find new partner. I reached agreement, I created a landing page, and the webinar is ready. For example, the presentation is there, hundreds of hours of work, and I am about to present and my mouse stopped working. That's it. Tiny, micro, small thing is not working, and I cannot move my presentation to the next slide. And that's it. Done. All efforts. So what we are talking about, I'm sending you a landing page. I'm asking you to register. What if you click that button and it's not working? It's done. No, the business is so complicated. And when you will be in business, you will see, when you will be really on a certain level, you will see that it's extremely important to have all the elements in place. So is that 7-step strategy real, or is just kind of talk words and nothing really? All those kind of webinars, they tell you, and you get out of it and you say, well, did I really learn anything, or it's just kind of stuff? No, guys, it's totally real. When you visit our blog, for example, and I already posted some links in our chat window, it's all about that. It's all about having resources. It's all about allocation your energy and time. It's all about defining your niche. It's all about optimizing or having some particular steps. Everything what I said right now, touching those pieces of ice, floating somewhere on the sea, it's a part of the real strategy. And you need to have it in place. So you could visit, for example, our blog and just play with it, and you'll find tons of material, videos, and all of those blogs will be about those 7 steps, one way or another. So it's not just blah blah, it's not just words, it's a real stuff. You need to do your work over all those 7 areas. But of course you need to go deeper than just pieces of ice. You need to go to the iceberg kind of level. So the challenges which you'll be having on your way, briefly. The first one, you see already associations. The first one, guys, very simple. I found that picture many years ago. I think Rich Sheffron come up with the Business Online Manifesto. And if you are in a business, guys, that's how your business gonna look like. It's just incredible complexity. So it's overwhelming completely. No wonder people need help, because it's about how to create sales. It's about communication with potential clients. It's about technical styles of things, about website. It's about traffic. It's about using social media. It's about creating content. It's about posting, and it's just overwhelming. It's just incredible how complicated it is. So that's why I named my webinar not 98 steps, but 7. And that's why I would like to go as a kind of iceberg type of thing, because I would like first you to have a big picture. It's still digestible, 7 step. But you need to understand inside of each step, it is a complexity. And this is your challenge. Yes. Yes, it will be. The second challenge is very simple, nuances, which I already mentioned. So as soon as you go from the surface level to the deeper, there will be enormous amount of nuances. And the third challenge, which I expect you to have, is that distractions, guys. I mean, everyone needs your attention. Family, work, bills, do that. And the question is, how much time, if you ask yourself a question, how much time do you spend working on your business on a daily basis? Do you have regular time? If you do, how much? How regular? So where is your focus? It's very simple. If you analyze what you do and how much time you spend developing your business on a daily basis, then you could say, do you have focus or not? And majority of coaches, unfortunately, don't. And that's a really huge challenge. Losing your focus, doing 25 things at the same time, well, it's not going to serve you well. So you need to define where your focus is. Do we have a solution? To be honest, yeah, there is a solution. There are many different types of solution. And I was working 8 years to create a shortcut, like a real solution. So which would really allow people not to waste years and years, inventing bicycle. And let's just move to one of the pieces of that solution, because what I discovered over the years, that one of the biggest challenges and problems which people experience is that even if you supply them with the right techniques, and even if they know what to do, the obstacle is entrepreneurial mindset. They just don't have it. So they just don't react in a way how entrepreneur supposed to react. And as a result, their behavior is different from an optimal entrepreneurial behavior. And that leads to the enormous struggle in business. So lots of people think, okay, I'm going to start your business without even knowing where the mindset is. So my first gift to you guys, we are coming to the last part of the presentation. I really appreciate that you are still with me. I hope that you are getting some value. And right now we came to the gift number 1. If you use that link, I posted some links, but anyway, I'm gonna send you emails with all gifts and download links. Just one thing, guys, I would like you to make sure. I posted certain links in our chat window, and there are some email addresses like info@waycoachinggroup.com or info@createmykey.com. Please, number one thing, please remember, make it whitelisted. So create some kind of contact in your mailing list system for your software to recognize and not put my emails in some trash or spam folder, and you will never hear from me again. Because otherwise I will not be able to send you gifts or anything, because my emails will end up in somewhere, will be deleted automatically. So please just make sure that those 3 emails somehow whitelisted, and those gifts I will deliver to your mailbox, no worries. So the challenge is very simple. you will have opportunity, gift number 1, because it's cost, I think, 37 British pounds, and you could explore your current mindset and know exactly what you need to work on in order to succeed in business. I developed that tool myself for 3 years, and I think it's worth to try. So you're gonna click that link, you're gonna use coupon code, which right now you see on your screen, and don't worry, I'm gonna send it to you over email, and please take 15 minutes and you're gonna be in a much better position to improve your business. So gift number 2 is also very simple, because there are no business in the modern world without being present over social media. I don't know, some of you already posting over Facebook and LinkedIn, some maybe not, but you will be, believe me, because our technological world, there are no way you could communicate with your clientele without using social media. And the big challenge is that every time when you use a picture, it's supposed to be licensed. You're supposed to be aware that you can be sued. There could be a lawsuit if you use some pictures from internet. And if you try to buy those pictures, it could be extremely costly. I mean, up to $7-10 each picture. But sometimes I could find it cheaper. But still, for example, in this presentation, I used 50 pictures. Yeah. If it cost $1, it's already $50 just to create a presentation. So my offer is, I'm gonna offer you for free, because that's a gift, 1,000 high-resolution pictures on the different themes, which you can use and post over social media, because they're already free licensed, yeah, to use for you. I mean, I think it's quite decent gift. So it will help you to move in your business. I'm gonna send you downloading link through your mail addresses. And as for the third one, guys, I promised you. Do you remember I promised you? You have opportunity to be in business today, literally now. And that's what I'm gonna offer you as a gift number 3. I will explain what do I mean. Let's imagine that you already have all those resources, that all those steps, 7-step strategy, which we moved through, you already far more advanced. You have all resources, finances, and you spend your time to creating everything. You discovered your niche. You have a product, perfect solution, yeah? And you already have infrastructure. You have a website, you have a marketing department, you have everything, for example, what I do. And let's imagine that right now you will be doing last element. You will be offering that services to other people, and you will be earning 100% from what you will be generating from your efforts. And this is exactly my offer as a gift number 3 to you. And you will get financial rewards in 1 week time. So guys, would you like to try? I will explain you exactly step by step what you need to do. You're gonna spend literally half an hour maximum, maybe 10-15 minutes per day. And you're gonna have financial rewards in 1 week. In the end of the next webinar on the 22nd of July, everything what you produce, everything what you are able to bring on the table will be shared between you guys. So that's my promise. If you are up to challenge, I want to explain the last maybe 2 minutes and we are going to be over with our webinar. So you will be in business right now, but your benefits also that you will be able to practice and see how marketing techniques work. Because if you are up to the challenge, I'm going to guide you. I'm going to send you precise video training, literally a few minutes, which you could implement immediately. And you will see how business works. And that's when I told you in the beginning that you have opportunity to model. I think this is the best way to model what I do. You already can model how I do presentations. You already can model lots of things if you really pay attention to. But now you can model how to create a business model which works. You're going to have results in 10 days maximum, because it's going to take, after next webinar 22nd, maybe take 1-2 days, to pay everything what you earn to our partners. And you'll be not selling anything in terms of, you don't need to sell. What you need to do is to invite your friends, your colleagues, your social media contacts to our next webinar, which is free. but you will be already generating leads, generating contacts, and I will be doing my best that all people which you invited are gonna have really powerful value and will be grateful that you invited them. I promise you that I'll do my best to deliver a lot of value in next webinar. And that's it. I mean, so if you are up to that challenge, you will be earning 100% commissions. Yeah, so everything what we will be generating as a result of our commercial offer in the end of the second webinar will be spread, will be paid you immediately, yeah, as our affiliates. All right, so right now we have two options, guys. The first one, I don't have time, I'm just gonna give up. I mean, I'm not up to challenge, I'm not really ready for business. Yeah, maybe next time, somewhere, someday. Yeah, the webinar was interesting, kind of interesting information. Well, maybe one day I'm gonna do something. I mean, this is one approach, and another one, guys, up to challenge. 1 week, you are in business, and believe me, there will be opportunity for you to repeat that experience again and again. And then later I will explain your shortcut to the coaching business. So just stay with me, and if you're up to that challenge, you're more than welcome. So what you need to do is, if you're already our partner, so please make sure, because some of the participants of that webinar are already our affiliate partners, so please make sure that you're going to be using the link, affiliate link, which is from headwaycoachinggroup.com, so not from createmykey.com. Other people probably you don't even understand what I'm talking about, but for people who are not yet a partner, the only step you need to do right now is to take gift number 1, which is to take entrepreneurial mindset assessment. That's it. As soon as you've done it, all communication will be from that. I will send you precise instructions, but number 1 step you need to do, and the only step, to take our gift. And offer will finish, of course, 22nd of July we are going to have a webinar. You are welcome. The only condition which you need to remember, that when you will be up to challenge, and if you agree to generate some income, it will depend on you. You could generate, I don't know, from 100 to 300-400 British pounds for that week. It depends on your efforts. And please remember that one condition which need to be in place, that you need to be live in next webinar, next training, which is 22nd of July. All right, guys, I've done, and I hope that you enjoyed at least some piece of information. I hope you are ready for 1 week challenge, and just, I hope you are curious at least. What is it all about? And please don't forget to whitelist, to make those emails somehow as your email contacts, so my communication to you will not be lost. And thank you very much for coming here. As I told you, you are my heroes, because it does make a huge effort in our world, which is full of distractions, to come and make an action, or to do an action. And I really very much appreciate it, and hope we will be communicating and working with you soon on our next steps.
Alex, thank you so much for this first webinar. We are very much looking forward to the next one on July the 22nd, and the following actions to come to keep on empowering our community of coaches worldwide with such a precious content and teaching that you are giving us. Thank you very much for sharing all of this with us.
Pleasure, really pleasure, Abigail. Thank you very much for your help.
To our participants, you're very welcome. To our participants and attendees, thank you very much. You will be receiving an email, a follow-up email with the link to the recording and all the materials. And if you need to get in touch with us, my email is info@internationalcoachingcommunity.com. Please do feel free to send any questions that you have or any comments or feedbacks this way, and we will be very happy to be in touch. Thank you, everybody, and see you on July the 22nd.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much, Abigail.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.